plan to be successful. We plan to make sure that our day is going to be in perfection. We plan that all the things that we do are going to be effective, not just to ourselves, but to others as well. So that takes planning, that takes foresight, and it takes dreams. If you're not a visionary, you won't go far as well. We have to be visionaries. We have to see beyond who we are into who we want to be. And then we start setting our goals to make sure that that happens as well. I know that just knowing our team and knowing the people on our team, those who have come from other professions, those who've done other things in their lives, if you didn't have a desire to get there, you would have never gotten there. Just as well as this real estate, Tyler, you're about to embark on a test. I know some others are out there looking at a test. Isha, there's tests out there that are coming up. And you know what? If you don't plan to win, if you don't plan to put your mindset to being successful at it, you'll never make it. You have to go in with the mindset that I'm going to pass this test. I'm going to be a realtor. I am a common realtor. I'm one who's going out again for my future. So these are kind of the patterns that we pick up and we take on every day to make sure that we're doing the best we can to be all that we can be as a realtor, as a person, as a parent, as a spouse, all those positions that we can take. And with the way you do one thing, we talk about the way you're going to do everything. If you do it sloppily, then that's the way it's going to happen. You may think, I can do really well at this and not do so well at another. No, this all comes down to how well do you really, really want to be a realtor? How deeply is this in you? What is it that you can get from it? Personally, I love the fact that I can help people get into their homes the first time, the right way, without remorse. How many times have you bought something and come back and gone, dang, wish I hadn't done that? Maybe impulsive buying a car or a pair of shoes. I know most of the time you buy shoes, ladies, and it's not impulsive. That's what you have to have anyway, and I get that. But, it's one of those things that you don't have to have. Do you go out and get them anyway, or things that you desire the most? How much and how hard are you willing to work to get where you want to be? Those who have careers and education and background and different things, I even go to Dee with her salon. As a businesswoman, I know that it's got to be tough to be out there, and there's a lot of competition out there, people who want to steal your business and take things from you. But you don't have to go to the competitive level. You just have to do the good job every day that you do to be successful, and people will come to you. Charles has said it before, and I've heard many others say that if you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day. And if you love what you do and do it well, the money will come.
Absolutely. And that was so perfectly said, Kenneth. Team, what we're going to be looking at next, the next event that we're going to look at, we have not talked about this in detail, but we start with the Fast Start School. And then we go to the next event. We don't know what that next event is going to be. It's probably going to be a summit. And a summit is typically a deep dive on one particular topic that we know from a census what you guys are wanting to be trained on. So Kenneth, Mark, and myself, we'll get together and we'll come up with what that summit is going to be. We'll let you know a date and time. And that's just going to be a time in which we'll take a topic and we just dive deep into it so that when you walk away, there's no question that you know what it is that you were just trained on. It could be on how to list more, sell more houses. It could be how to work with buyers and sellers. It could be on social media. It could be working with investors, how to become an investor, analyzing deals. It could be just a number of things, but we're going to have a summit, and we'll get together and we'll talk about that.
Pretty good. That's it. That's what we're looking at, and that's where we're going. So really appreciate it. We want to hear from you, though. If there are some things and topics and current things out there that you really need to know and that you need the fine-tuning on, we need to know it and we need to hear it because those are the things we want to put together. We've been putting together many, many topics, and I really can't wait to hear from Yvonne. Yvonne ran our awards this last Fast Start School, which was perfect. Yvonne, again, congratulations and thank you so much. You did a fantastic job of celebrating our team and all the accolades for those who were there, the milestones that those have made. So I really want to say thank you and appreciate that. But I'm also looking, go ahead.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. But I also want to hear from her next time on her journey through investing and how she's been studying on it and getting more and more information, getting more resources and putting more things in her toolbox, because Yvonne is going to be coming to us and giving us more and more information on how we can do the same thing. You know, like we know Charles as well as Mark have been doing this for years. You know, so that's one thing that, you know, they can teach and they can do it, but we want to hear from those on the team who are successful, because it's really nice to hear that Charles has been doing it for 28 to 30 years or something, but it's really nice to hear Yvonne just started this probably a year and a half or so ago, and now look where I am, and now look what I'm doing. Alan is another one who's gotten deep into it and has gone under Yvonne's wing to try to find out, what can I do to get this thing moving as well? We have even others who are doing the same thing. I know Salem and Danielle are involved in it. We have so many people who are just moving at a high level rate because they've taken the time to specialize and focus. One of the things about real estate in itself is it is not so exclusive that you have to just buy or just sell or just invest. There are so many areas in here that you can get into to be successful, and we want to make sure that we're involved in it. Okay, so I went to our website today. It's a National Association of Realtors, and as you know, we are, as a country, observing and watching other countries, especially the Ukraine at this point, going through some extreme challenges. They've got a war on their hands. They have an invasion on their hands. And I'm not on a political level from any standpoint of right or wrong. I know that if your country is being invaded and you have to truly either leave your country or duck or get out of it, that's got to be a horrifying experience. Fortunately, right now, most of us here in America, other than the natural disasters and storms and things, probably haven't had to go through that. But here's the thing that I want us to do. Let us remain focused on what we need to do. Things will start to change when there is a war at hand, or at least even the threat of war at hand. Real estate changes. Okay, people's attitudes change. Things out there that can cause you detriment and harm just by people's thought processes of being upset because of other things that are going on in the world. This happens a lot in our culture. We sometimes take on those things, and sometimes we're directly involved. But as you know, gasoline is going up, and as gas goes up, there's people who decide that they need your gasoline more than you do. So be careful where you park your car. There are people who, make silly decisions on what they want from you or whether they want your car altogether. Make good decisions. Your safety is primary to us, and we want you to make sure that you're taking safety seriously as a realtor. You go out into homes, you go out into taking clients out, know who you're taking out. First of all, always let somebody know who you're going with and when you may be back. That as well helps out. We want to make sure that we go, as many realtors that we have in our team stay on our team. We don't want to lose anybody to any, malfeasance or anything like that. And I'm not saying that we're targets at it. However, like I said, as we get into different situations and circumstances in our world, things get to start coming up. Things start happening. We want to make sure that we're planning our safety. And that means you thinking ahead of time of what's going to happen. Ladies specifically, not that men cannot be in the jeopardizing positions as well, but ladies specifically, please watch your back, watch what's in front of you. If you go into a home to show a home, lock the door behind you. Please, lock the door behind you. And this is 2 reasons. One, you don't want somebody that you don't know, surprise, hey, I came to show my client your house. They're interrupting you, number 1. Number 2, you don't want someone to just wander in from whatever neighborhood you might be in, deciding that they want what you've got or want to put you in a position of jeopardy. Be careful, be safe. When you're getting out of your car, before you even get out of the car, please observe the neighborhood you drive in. Observe the way you go in, observe the way you come out. That way you're not lost in a neighborhood. I know we have GPS, and if your GPS is anything like mine, it may be temperamental sometimes. Sometimes it takes me to places that don't exist. And I want to make sure that it's on track and that you as well are on track as well. We do have a thing that when we go and list properties and showing time, which is what we should all be doing if you're showing properties. It kind of tracks what you're doing and where you're coming from, so you'll be able to at least know, somebody will know where you were last or that you went into it. That's, again, with the boxes for the super box. When you hit it, it actually says, Kenneth Fleming went into this house at this particular time, and it marks my time. It's very important. These are some of the best things that I've learned as a realtor, and know that we have to take this seriously to make sure that we're putting our social media out there in a very favorable light, because it can be flattering or it can flatten you. It's your choice, and you're going to make sure it's there. We know that there's sicknesses, diseases, those kind of things out there. We want to make sure that we're safe in that manner as well. Carry a, sanitizer. Carry sanitizer with you all the time. Make sure you're using it. Use those as safety tips as well to protect yourself against things that, again, could be in a house or whatever that might come against you. Charles, what were you going to say?
No, but we're good. I think we've covered it all. It was really great hearing from the team, individuals who were at the Fast Start School, the guests and so forth. I don't have anything else.
Okay. And I think we're about closed on our deal as well. We have, again, wanted to make sure that everybody who had a chance, do we have any questions in the crowd or in the group right now? I see that X just joined us. Is there any questions that you have for us at this time?
Hey, Charles, when are we doing the next Cash Flow Friday?
You know what? We'll look at that this week. It's probably going to be towards the end of the month. Let me just pull that calendar up right now. That way we're not guessing.
Well, remember, we've got a couple holidays coming up too, so that may be something that we have to circle around as well. So right now I'm looking at the 25th of March, which is a Friday. Okay. That's the last Friday in the month of March. That it is. So we'll put more of a notice out, but for now, that's the date in which we're going to look at, and it's going to be as powerful and as fun as it always has been. Right, Bonnie?
Oh, it's fun. I won't be there. I'll be in Maui.
Oh, okay. Is that why you have palm trees in the background?
That's why I'm preparing.
Oh, okay. So it's a mental thing, huh?
Yeah.
So looks like that's good.
I'm taking all my grandkids. I'm taking 5 grandkids, so.
Yeah, and she decided to leave me behind.
Oh, well. It happens.
Great.
All right. So, folks, again, Sophie, glad you were here. Taya, glad you're here. Isha, glad you're here. Tyler, glad you joined us, and you're here as well. Jenny, glad you could join us as well. Hopefully you found something valuable in this. Tonight, we don't have any of our sponsors here. All of them actually were at our Fast Start School. So that was a lot of fun to hear from Ricky and different things he has, including his cash buyers program, which basically means they buy the house for cash and then help you get it help you acquire the property and then put it in their lender's hands, which is our client. So That's always a good thing. Jason was able to present and give us information regarding Magnus Phoenix Title and the things they do. We do have some materials